Wait till you hear the truth about your long-lost brother.
What truth? What are you talking about, Uncle Palmer?
Go ahead, spit it out, Dixie.
That sob story about coming to Pine Valley, longing to see his sister. Hogwash. He was after much more than that, and this proves it.
Palmer, you and I were both standing in this room when you came up with the brilliant idea of having Dell investigated, and I told you then, if you went against Dixie's wishes, you were going to regret it.
And I heard him.
Listen, any man worth his salt can make up his own mind. It's a free country. Now, don't tell me that you trust that scoundrel any more than I do.
My lack of trust is a matter of public record. As a matter of fact, I've told him myself a couple times, haven't I?
I haven't done much to earn anyone's trust.
The point is my husband didn't have the right to be poking his nose in where it doesn't belong. That's right.
All right, all right, all right. Gang up on me. Throw stones at me. Exile me to Siberia. I still say it's better to be safe than sorry.
Well, stop being so melodramatic. If Dixie wanted Dell investigated, we could have taken care of it ourselves. In the first place, he's her brother. It's her call.
Look, I'm sorry for causing all this trouble.
I accepted Dell's apology, all right? All right, just everybody take a deep breath now. Just calm down.
Dixie, nobody alive wants you to be happier than I do. But let's face it, sweetheart. You'd give the devil a second chance if he asked you. You are a terrible judge of character.
Homer!
It's true. She's a pushover for every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Well, thank you so very much.
Sorry, Dixie. But really, your past is strewn with outlandish people who've destroyed you. Why should he be different?
Unlike you, Uncle Palmer, I suppose. I make mistakes. I do try to do my very best, but I certainly don't set myself up as infallible. I have learned from my mistakes, though. I can take care of myself without your interference.
Is that so? Would you care to explain this? This is a list of your creditors. Apparently he was sick. He ran up huge hospital bills. Every collection agency in Texas is on your trail.
Is that true?
I told you, Dixie, I was very sick.
Did you tell her how much you owed?
Let me see this.
Dixie, he came here to see you because he is up to his ears in debt. He's after your money.
I'm not after anybody's money.
Same unscrupulous cad as your father.
Look, I am paying them back little by little.
Listen, what was wrong with you?
That's none of your business.
Oh,
I had pneumonia.
pneumonia. That's a likely story. Walter Hines' grandson had pneumonia last year. That didn't draw up bills like that.
Look, I was in the hospital a long time, Mr. Cortland. There were complications. What kind of complications?
I had a bad reaction to some new antibiotic. I almost died.
Oh, you poor
What kind of
thing.
reaction did you have? Were you in a coma? Were you...
Oh, would
got
you
a
stop
stroke?
pestering the boy, Palmer? I mean, just because you can't forgive him for having Seaboat Uncle as a daddy doesn't make him a criminal.
You realize Seabone was my father, too.
Yeah, but you had the right mother, Bessie.
Don't you mention her name. He's hiding something.
This is a hell of a debt.
A bad reaction to an antibiotic doesn't warrant these kind of bills.
Uncle Palmer, has it ever occurred to you that not everybody in this country can afford medical insurance? It's incredibly expensive. You can wipe out a family's entire life savings.
Spare me the rhetoric. Really, this has nothing to do with the have and have-nots. This has to do with the fact that this man, you and my wife, are so fond of, is hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
150 to be exact.
Well, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Wait until I get the full report.
You don't need the full report. What you need to do is to apologize to Dell for interfering in his life, invading his privacy, and then you need to get on the phone and cancel this ridiculous, stupid investigation.
You heard her.
Would you please try to talk some sense into these women?
Would you please stop acting like somebody appointed you king baby? I mean, come on, this is exactly the kind of behavior that has turned everybody against you in the past.
Now, you listen here, Palmer, and you listen up good. I mean, plenty of decent, nice folks have ended up in debt. I mean, you ought to know better than most. Poverty doesn't make people rotten.
I see the writing on the wall.
I don't see any writing on the wall, do you?
I certainly do not.
Call off your trained dog, PC.
Yeah, because if you don't, the writing on the wall will say, sayonara, mister. And we'll walk, every last one of us, including Petey, for good this time. So what's it going to be?
You heard me. Yes, just pull the plug on the Del Henry investigation. That's right. Cease and desist immediately. Well, I hope you're all satisfied.
I'm satisfied. Dixie?
Yep.
Opal?
Yeah, thanks.
You're all going to rue the day you came between me and the truth about this money-grubbing son of a seed-bone uncle.
I'd appreciate it if you'd leave my dad's name out of this.
Sir. Well, I must give the devil his due. You really are a chip off the old block, a real liar and cheater. Well, you know, he really kept his secret very well, you and your mother, from the family.
Phil's not any more like Daddy than I am. You ever stop to think what he might bring to my life?
You're dreaming. I mean, you are all dreaming. And he'll prove it to you. It's just a matter of time.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, don't mind him. He's just an old grouch.
I mean, standing up to him for me. Why did you do that?
Well, trust is the #1 issue in our marriage, and with Palmer sneaking around and doing stuff behind my back, I mean, what choice did I have left? I had to get tough with him.
Well, somebody's got to whip him into line.
Yeah, well, I got to use the only weapons I have, myself and our son.
Well, thanks for coming to my side, Opal. I guess I'm not used to people standing up for me. Especially not family.
Well, that's the nice thing about family. You're never alone.
And you were the last guy I thought I'd find on my side.
I'm on Dixie's side. Like I said, we've got an agreement, and I trust her judgment. In any case, Palmer was just begging to get nailed.
Well, I'm much obliged.
Del, you know, that is an awful lot of money that you owe. The complications must have been pretty serious. Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Why? Do I look sick?
No, I mean, you look great, but I would just, I don't know, I guess I'd hate to think of you sick, that's all.
Well, thanks for caring, Dixie. You don't know how much that means to me. Look, I've taken up enough of your time already. I've got an appointment. I gotta go. Thanks again.
Oh, anytime. Don't be a stranger.
Maybe we could have lunch again soon?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Bye.
Goodbye. Ted, did you notice how how he reacted when you and I and Opal stood up for him?
I stood up for you. In any case, everybody is entitled to the right to privacy.
But did you notice how he looked?
Yeah, I noticed.
He was more than just relieved. He was surprised. I mean, he was moved.
Well, you said yourself he was an only child, at least till he found out about you.
He must have been lonely.
You're starting to care about it.
I think I'm making another mistake.
Tomorrow, it's an unforgettable tribute to television's biggest stars and greatest moments. Join Dick Clark, Bob Newhart, and Phil Donahue, and more as they are honored by television's Academy of Fame. Then, it's an all-new interactive adventure, the show where you're the cop, you investigate the crime, then you solve the case on Police File. After